Monaco is a country so small that it almost disappears on the map, yet so wealthy that it bends the imagination. Sitting on the French Riviera, pressed between the Mediterranean Sea and the cliffs of southern France, Monaco covers just over 2 square kilometers. Still, within this tiny frame exists one of the most concentrated displays of power, elegance, and money in Europe. Monaco is often called the richest micro-kingdom on the continent, and the contrast is striking. While some European nations struggle with limited resources, Monaco thrives on precision, finance, and absolute control of space. Every street is clean, every building intentional, every view carefully preserved. Density here does not feel chaotic. It feels curated, like a private gallery designed for those who know how to look slowly. This is why Monaco earned the title, the Diamond of the French Riviera. Not because it shines loudly, but because it is cut perfectly. Luxury here is quiet. Superyachts glide without noise. High fashion blends into daily life. Wealth does not shout. It simply exists, calm and confident. What makes Monaco truly fascinating is not just money, but culture shaped by limits. With almost no land to expand, the country learned to grow upward, inward, and smarter. Space became sacred. Time became valuable. Privacy became a form of respect. This created a society that moves with restraint, discipline, and subtle pride. Walking through Monaco feels unreal, like stepping into a controlled reality where chaos was never invited. The air feels lighter. The pace feels slower. Even curiosity changes here. You stop asking how rich this place is and start asking how something so small can feel so complete. Monaco is not a destination for crowds. It is a place for observers, for those who sense power in silence and beauty in balance. A kingdom measured not by size, but by precision. Here, curiosity turns inward, respect replaces excess, and travel becomes reflection. Monaco invites the viewer to slow down, listen, and understand that wealth is not noise, but intention, balance, and control shaped by history, geography, discipline, and choice. In Monaco, geography is not just a backdrop. It is the silent architect of everything you see, feel, and remember. This tiny kingdom rests in a place where the Alps descend directly into the Mediterranean. White limestone cliffs rise sharply behind the city, while deep blue water stretches endlessly in front. There is no gentle transition here. Mountain and sea meet without apology, creating a dramatic tension that feels cinematic from every angle. From above, Monaco looks unreal. Buildings cling to cliffs like carefully placed sculptures. Roads curve along the rock face, suspended between sky and water. Balconies float over the sea, catching sunlight that changes color by the hour. Morning light is soft and silver. Midday turns the water into polished sapphire. At sunset, the entire coastline glows gold, as if the land itself were lit for a film scene. This landscape cannot be copied. It cannot be expanded. And that limitation shaped Monaco's identity. With no flat land and no room to sprawl, the city learned to build vertically and intelligently. Every structure must negotiate with gravity, wind, light, and view. Nothing is accidental. Here, geography enforces discipline, and discipline becomes culture. What feels most striking is the silence of power in this setting. The mountains shield Monaco from the north, creating a natural sense of enclosure. The sea opens it outward, toward movement, trade, and imagination. This balance between protection and openness defines the spirit of the place. Standing on a high terrace, you can feel it. Behind you, solid rock. In front of you, infinite water. Few places on Earth compress such opposing forces into such a small space. This is why Monaco feels like a high-end film set. Yet nothing here is staged. Nature did the hard work first. Humans simply refined it. Luxury here does not fight the landscape. It follows it. It bends to cliffs, mirrors the sea, and respects the light. In Monaco, geography elevates everything. Even stillness feels expensive. Even silence feels intentional. And as the journey continues, it becomes clear that this rare setting is not just beautiful. It is the foundation upon which Monaco's lifestyle, architecture, and mindset were built. In Monaco, beauty is never loud. It does not ask for attention. It arrives quietly, with confidence already assumed. The women of Monaco are often described as beautiful, but that word alone is too small. Here, beauty is inseparable from wealth, independence, and position. A woman earning $10,000 a month may still be considered ordinary in this city, not because she lacks value, but because value here is measured differently. Walk through Monte Carlo in the late afternoon. You will notice it immediately. Women move with calm precision. Their style is refined, never excessive. Tailored dresses, neutral tones, subtle jewelry. Nothing tries too hard. Everything feels intentional. What makes this presence striking is not appearance alone. It is posture, a kind of quiet authority shaped by environment. In Monaco, women occupy essential roles across administration, education, healthcare, finance, and social institutions. They are decision makers, managers, and leaders, not as an exception. As a norm, power here does not raise its voice, it lowers it. In a society built on security and stability, women are free to focus on growth rather than survival. There is no need to prove strength through noise. Confidence is already woven into daily life. A slow walk past luxury boutiques, a composed conversation over coffee overlooking the harbor, a steady gaze that does not seek approval. This is a culture where success and elegance coexist without conflict, where femininity does not cancel authority, and ambition does not erase grace. What feels most fascinating is how invisible this power can be to outsiders. There are no slogans, no spectacle, just systems quietly functioning, with women deeply embedded at every level. In Monaco, influence often hides behind simplicity, a perfectly chosen outfit, a calm response, a life designed to operate smoothly, without friction. This is not the glamour of excess, it is the elegance of control. And as the journey moves forward, one thing becomes clear. In this tiny kingdom between mountain and sea, women are not decorations of luxury, they are one of its strongest foundations. In Monaco, the economy is not something people talk about, it is something they live inside. This is a place where personal income tax does not exist, not as a loophole, not as a temporary policy, but as a foundation of the state itself. For outsiders, it sounds unreal. For residents, it is simply the air they breathe. Here, wealth is not hidden, yet it is never chaotic. High income flows through a system designed for order, efficiency, and control. Every service works quietly in the background. Healthcare meets international standards. Education is polished and precise. Public spaces are maintained with almost surgical care. What truly surprises visitors is not the luxury, it is the absence of fear. Security in Monaco feels absolute. Cameras blend into architecture. Police presence is discreet but constant. Crime is so rare that it feels theoretical. People leave doors unlocked. Luxury cars are parked casually on the street. Yachts worth hundreds of millions rest in the harbor without anxiety. In this environment, lifestyle transforms. Supercars are not trophies, they are transportation. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Aston Martins glide through narrow streets like ordinary vehicles. A car bought in the morning may be replaced by another the next day. Not to impress, simply because choice exists. The same applies to yachts, restaurants, and private clubs. Five-star service is not a special occasion, it is the baseline. From Michelin-starred dining to sea-facing cafes, every detail is calibrated for comfort and discretion. Yet Monaco does not feel loud. There is no rush to consume, no pressure to display excess. Luxury here is controlled, measured, almost minimal in emotion. This is what makes the lifestyle feel mysterious. The system works so smoothly that wealth becomes invisible. People move slowly, conversations are calm, time feels stretched. Monaco operates like a perfectly tuned ecosystem. Money, security, and design exist in balance. Nothing is accidental, nothing is wasted. And as the journey continues, one realization settles in. This kingdom is not rich by chance. It is rich by design. In Monaco, architecture is not simply about beauty, it is about survival on scarcity. With barely 2 square kilometers of land, every meter here carries weight. There is no room for randomness, no space for mistakes. What rises from the cliffs of Monaco is the result of calculation, restraint, and vision. The journey begins in Monaco Ville. Stone walls, red-tiled roofs, narrow streets shaped by centuries of wind and footsteps. This is the medieval heart of the principality, where buildings feel anchored to time itself. Nothing here competes for attention. Everything whispers history. Move downhill, and the scene transforms. In Monte Carlo, Belle Epoque architecture unfolds like refined jewelry. Grand facade, wrought iron balconies, soft curves and domes catching Mediterranean light. The casino, the Hotel de Paris, the Hermitage. They do not shout wealth, They frame it. But Monaco never stopped evolving. With land exhausted, the city turned upward. Vertical luxury became the answer. Glass towers now rise where cliffs once ended, redefining what it means to live above the sea. The most striking symbol is Tour Odeon, a 170-meter tower of glass and steel. Not an office building, not a hotel, but private homes stacked into the sky. Each floor a self-contained world. Pools, spas, panoramic silence. Here, height is not about dominance. It is about perspective. And then comes the future. Mariterra rises from the sea itself, an ambitious land reclamation project shaped by sustainability. Green roofs, energy-efficient systems, public gardens woven into luxury residences. This is Monaco expanding without invading nature. Luxury redesigned to coexist with the environment. What makes Monaco's architecture mesmerizing is restraint. Nothing is oversized. Nothing is accidental. Every balcony faces the light. Every window frames the sea. Here, architecture becomes philosophy, a dialogue between stone, glass, and water, between history and tomorrow. In Monaco, luxury is not built to impress the world. It is built to fit perfectly within it. In Monaco, iconic places are not destinations. They are scenes. The first image that anchors itself in memory is Port Hercules, a natural harbor carved gently into the coastline. Here, superyachts rest side by side like floating mansions, silent and immaculate. Steel, glass, and polished decks reflect the Mediterranean sun. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels accidental. Even wealth here seems to breathe slowly. From the harbor, the city rises in layers. Above it all stands Monte Carlo, the symbolic heart of Monaco. This is where elegance becomes ritual. The Monte Carlo casino glows like a preserved stage set from another century. Its golden details, marble staircases, and sculpted columns speak of refinement rather than excess. Across the square, the Hôtel de Paris watches quietly, hosting generations of power, art, and whispered decisions. Yet Monte Carlo carries a second identity. Once a year, these calm streets transform into the most dramatic racetrack on Earth. The Monaco Grand Prix turns everyday roads into a corridor of speed. Engines roar between buildings, balconies become grandstands. Champagne glasses clink above the sound of racing tires. Nowhere else does precision, danger, and luxury collide so closely. And then, unexpectedly, Monaco exhales. Step away from the noise and enter the Japanese garden. Water flows gently. Stone paths slow your steps. Koi fish glide beneath reflections of the sky. In a country defined by perfection, this garden offers stillness. Higher still, the Jardin Exotique reveals Monaco from above. Cacti cling to cliffs, paths curve along the rock face, and suddenly, the entire principality unfolds below. Sea, roofs, harbor, light. This is Monaco's quiet truth. Behind the glamour lies balance. Between motion and pause, between spectacle and silence, Monaco does not overwhelm. It composes. In Monaco, time does not simply pass. It changes the atmosphere. Each season reshapes the country, revealing a different personality, a different rhythm, a different truth. In late spring, Monaco awakens. From May onward, sunlight sharpens the colors of the sea, and the air begins to vibrate with anticipation. This is when the city prepares for its most dramatic transformation. The Monaco Grand Prix arrives, and suddenly, the Principality is no longer just a place to observe. It becomes a stage. Balconies turn into private theaters. Yachts become floating lounges. Ordinary streets evolve into a legendary circuit where speed cuts through elegance. For a few days, Monaco feels electric, intense, unforgettable. Summer follows with a softer confidence. From June to September, the Mediterranean glows deep blue. Days stretch longer. Evenings belong to rooftop dinners, quiet conversations, and the gentle movement of yachts in the harbor. Luxury here is not loud, it is measured. This is Monaco at its most cinematic, where every sunset feels intentionally placed. Then comes the pause. April and October are the months insiders prefer. The crowds thin, the streets slow down. Cafes feel personal again. You can walk through Monte Carlo without urgency, sensing the city breathe. These months reveal a Monaco that does not perform. It simply exists. Winter tells a different story altogether. From November to March, Monaco becomes discreet. The sea darkens. The Alps send cool winds down toward the coast. Some terraces close. Tourists disappear. What remains is the real rhythm of daily life. Residents reclaim the streets. Boutiques feel quieter. Gardens feel more intimate. This is Monaco without spectacle, where refinement replaces display. And that is the quiet secret. Monaco is not one destination. It is many. A city of speed, a sanctuary of calm, a winter retreat, a summer dream. Each season offers a different lens, and each visit tells a different story. In Monaco, contradiction is not a flaw. It is the foundation. This country is barely visible on a world map. You could cross it in minutes, yet every square meter carries a weight that many nations never achieve. Here, smallness does not mean limitation. It means precision. Monaco is expensive. Yes, but never careless. Nothing exists without intention. Every building faces the light for a reason. Every balcony is angled toward privacy, wind, and view. Luxury here is not excess. It is control. There are no grand gestures meant to impress the outside world. No chaos. No noise. Instead, Monaco chooses restraint. Silence becomes a form of power. Clean streets are not decoration. They are discipline. Security is not visible, yet it is absolute. Comfort is not advertised, yet it is everywhere. This is a place where wealth does not shout. It whispers. A supercar parked quietly beside a cafe. A yacht resting without spectacle in the harbor. A woman walking alone at night, unhurried, unafraid. These scenes feel unreal because they are rare elsewhere. In Monaco, they are normal, and that is the paradox. A country built on extremes feels strangely calm. A society surrounded by luxury values privacy. A destination known worldwide reveals itself only to those who slow down. Monaco is not designed for everyone. It never was. It rewards attention, patience, and sensitivity. Those who rush see only surfaces. Those who observe begin to understand. Here, perfection is not about showing more. It is about removing what is unnecessary. Noise, risk, waste. Everything left behind serves a purpose. As the journey ends, one truth remains. Monaco is not meant to be consumed. It is meant to be felt, not admired from afar, but experienced in quiet moments, in still mornings, in slow evenings, in the space between movement and silence. And when you leave, the impression lingers. Not loud, not dramatic, but precise, a reminder that sometimes the smallest places hold the deepest presence. If this journey through Monaco changed the way you see luxury, leave a comment and tell us what surprised you most. Do you believe true wealth is about money, or about control, safety, and quality of life? Hit like if you enjoy cinematic travel stories that go deeper than the surface. Subscribe to explore more hidden worlds where culture, power, and beauty quietly collide. Your curiosity keeps this journey alive.